Around the world, enterprises are reimagining what it means to serve, support, and succeed with an ecosystem that is powered by AI, shaped by rising customer expectations, and led by bold innovation. Welcome to Envision Voices, a series of candid conversations with global leaders tackling customer experience's toughest challenges today. No pitches, no theories, just real stories from the front lines. Each episode will feature a new voice. Each voice will dive into an unfiltered conversation. Each conversation will uncover how the leading enterprises are getting it done. This is Envision Voices, powered by Yellow.ai. Let's dive in. In this premiere episode, our CX experts, Omid Razavi and Mudit Garg, tackle the frustrating reality many brands are facing. Despite investing in automation, customer satisfaction isn't improving. Listen in as they share fresh perspectives on how to drive both ROI accelerating innovation and measurable results. Here's our host, Mudit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the flagship episode of Envision Voices, a forum that we have created to have some really candid conversations with global leaders who are tackling customer experience's most challenging problems today. I am going to be the host of your show today, Mudit Garg, Senior Vice President of Go-to-Market and Operations here at Yellow.ai. And I'm just so excited about today's session because we are going to unpack and unravel a paradox, a customer experience paradox today. So, what is that paradox? On one hand, we all talk about how AI, yes, AI, is coming in and bringing in so many useful tools, use cases, and disruption to customer experience, making our life easier, driving intelligence and automation with great empathy. But on the other side, truly, is your customer satisfaction improving? Not really, if you believe into the industry reports. In fact, Forrester's latest report on CX Index points out that customer sentiment is actually declining. It is at all-time low for so many different brands. But why? The effectiveness, the ease of use, the emotional connection is missing. On top of that, we all have heard about budget freezes, about rising attrition, about the needs to upskill and reskill, and surge in customer expectations. If you are in the customer experience, customer support space, don't you have to prove your ROI every day? Don't you have to learn how to move from cost model to a revenue model? That is exactly the paradox we want to unlock. So, in today's episode, we are going to really explore, unlock, and learn the strategies to bring back the trust, to empower our teams, and to responsibly integrate AI. So, bringing it back together, the great customer paradox: more AI, less satisfaction. So, what is next? And to help unpack this, I'm so excited that I'm being joined here today by a good friend, a mentor, and a coach who is truly at the intersection of enterprise and customer experience transformation. Please welcome Omid Razave, founder of Success Lab, who has more than 25 plus years of experience building customer experience organizations. He is on the board and advisor to so many chief customer officers, so many large tech firms. I'm so glad that Omid is here today. So, Omid, welcome to the show and welcome to Envision Voices.
Thanks, Mudit. Thanks for inviting me. It's great to be here. I'm honored to be part of this flagship episode of Envision Voices. And thank you for your kind introduction. We are indeed at a fascinating and pivotal moment in the world of customer experience, support, and success. As you rightly pointed out, we have more technology at our disposal than ever before: AI agents, intelligent automation, conversational interfaces, and omni channel support, to name a few. Paradoxically, customer satisfaction is declining, as you referenced in the Forrester 2024 Customer Experience Index. That's the core of the so called CX paradox, the gap between what technology enables and what customers expect and actually experience. AI promises faster, smarter interactions, but what customers still want are simple things: ease, empathy, and effectiveness. And too often, brands fall short on all three. So I'm excited to be part of this conversation and to explore with you, Mudit, what's next with you and your audience.
That's very well said, Ahmed. It's so true. Look, I would be very curious, just like my viewers as well. Like you talk to chief customer officers all day long, executives in CIO space, in the CEO space, just talking to support leaders in your events, which by the way are just fantastic, or even in the virtual forums that you run. I would love to, and I'm sure my readers would love to know as well, bringing me back to my first question: what is keeping customer experience leaders up at night? Just the top two or three things that you are hearing continuously. Would love to get your perspective, a very candid
Certainly.
perspective.
Yeah, as all good things come in three. So, yeah, Mudit, you're right. I've been very fortunate to engage with and learn from a vast network of customer experience, support, and success leaders throughout our forums, roundtables, and advisory work. To start, it's truly inspiring to see so many of them stepping up as change agents. However, the challenges they face are very real. So, what keep them at night? Three challenges come up again and again. First, there is misalignment across the customer lifecycle. Sales, product, and post sales often work in silos. CX leaders are asked to own the customer, but they often lack control over the tools, data, or teams that shape that experience. They're also expected to deliver results such as retention, expansion, and satisfaction, but with limited visibility and fragmented systems. This is a tall order. Second, growing team fatigue. Support and success teams are feeling the strain. Attrition is rising. Leaders are trying to preserve the human side of service while constantly defending their budgets and headcount. All this while being asked to do more with less. Budgets are tight, teams are stretched, and expectations from both the boards and customers continue to rise. Third, pressure to deliver quick ROI. AI is viewed as the next big unlock, but boards expect results immediately. This is the AI catch 22 that I phrase. Leaders are told to innovate boldly, yet they are advised to avoid risk. Move fast, but don't break things. It's a tricky balance, and one that makes conversations like this all the more important. The good news is that many forward thinking leaders are stepping out of firefighting mode and embracing a more intentional, proactive approach. They're rethinking customer and employee experiences, applying AI in thoughtful, targeted ways, and focusing on outcomes that truly drive impact. For them, it's no longer about reacting, it's about building for long term success.
That's such a critical point you bring up, Omid. Like, move fast, but don't break. The tension is absolutely real. And we at Yellow, when we are talking to our prospects, our customer, we hear very similar sentiments. So I can vouch for everything you just said. The customer delight, bringing that up to the forefront while innovating, while optimizing for both cost and driving more revenue, it's always a tricky balance. But hey, we cannot have a discussion without bringing AI to the forefront. So let me bring take the discussion forward with another question, and this is going to be a fun one. As AI gets a lot deeper into customer experience today and tomorrow, how would you recommend leaders who are driving customer experience changes or just AI transformation, how do they balance technology and human touch, in today's environment?
Great question, Mudit, and one that every CX leader is grappling with right now. We are in an exciting phase where the goal isn't to replace humans with AI, but to enhance human impact by removing repetitive tasks that slow progress. Again, today, forward thinking organizations don't view AI as a replacement, they see it as a teammate or co pilot that handles the structured, time consuming, and routine work while people stay focused on what humans do best: connecting, reassuring, understanding, resolving, especially in moments that matter. An example: at my former company, Support Logic, where I ran all post sales activity, we played this out firsthand. Our customers used AI powered sentiment analysis of support tickets to detect signs of frustration and risk before the customer ever said, "I'm unhappy." That gave support and success team time to act with empathy and insight, reducing customer escalation simply by responding earlier and more effectively. So AI did not replace the team, it empowered them to show up at the right time with the right message. Are there examples like that in your world, Mudit?
It is so fascinating with the way the landscape is changing around us. The other day we were talking to one of our clients who is a large fast food chain out in Asia, who are taking millions and millions of customer orders on our AI agent. Just imagine a world where 24 by 7 you are open to take orders in a very empathetic, human like interaction way. How fascinating it is. I'll give you another fun example. Doing barbecue out of your propane gas cylinder is always hard, right? But what if you can call a number and put in your orders for the cylinders in a very, very smart way? One of our clients is taking more than 10 million orders just using AI agent always on in a way that is so sophisticated but so simple at the same time. There's another fascinating example that always, uh, impresses me on how much technology is evolving. Languages. We are supporting more than 100 plus languages today on our voice. And think about it. You can call a travel agency and place an order, a booking tour in any language you want. How unbelievable the world has become. And every day, that is what excites me when I get up. I'm sure you're seeing that with your clients and prospects as well. The amplification of use cases where the technology is coming in and making life easier for us on customer support experience, driving customer delight. It is something beautiful. And obviously technology comes in with some price of how to drive safety, security, avoid hallucination, but this technology is absolutely here to stay from what we are seeing.
That's awesome. Those are great examples and customer testimonials, Mudit. It's clear that we moved beyond chatbot to question and answer and to a world that now we're delivering real outcomes. What's exciting is how seamlessly they fit into the customer experience, whether it's, like you said, placing an order, supporting travelers, or solving technical issues across languages. You're not just scaling efficiency, you're scaling empathy and trust at every touch point, aren't you?
Absolutely. And that is really the true nirvana, if I can say, where we have the world has moved away from pure Q&A to taking actions in complex workflows in an enterprise environment. And that is the beauty of the technology that it brings. But this leads me to my next question. And this is something that I'm reminded, a decade ago when we both were a lot younger. We are still young though. Uh, On-prem to cloud to SaaS, that was a conversation in every boardroom. So my question, Omid, to you is, are boards today genuinely prioritizing AI, Or, hey, just expect some magic, some voodoo will happen, life will become great. What's your take there?
I'll be honest, Mudit. It's a bit of both. Most boards and C suites as well today do recognize that AI is strategic. It's not just hype anymore, it's firmly on the boardroom's agenda. But here's a challenge: expectations are often unrealistic. There's a common belief that AI will deliver instant savings without needing major investments in training, upskilling, knowledge, managing knowledge, change management, and rethinking how teams work. That's where AI catch 22 comes in. Boards say invest in AI, it's the future, then quickly follow with now show us results immediately. As a leader, you're expected to innovate boldly without introducing risks or asking for time and resources. It's a no win loop where urgency overrides reality. So, one practical way to manage this, and I'm sure you have ideas along this line too, is to begin with phased milestones or pilot programs that have clear goals and key performance indicators. This builds credibility early, creates space for learning, and helps set realistic expectations for long term value.
That is so true, Amit. One thing that we have learned, which completely concurs with what you just said, is we have more than 600 plus customers globally, and we bring in AI agents to life. One thing we are learning or we are hearing is one, like you said, AI isn't magic, but you have to build that AI muscle over time. And what I mean by that is one, you have to try bringing in AI into your use cases. Yes, you need clean data. Yes, you need clear use cases. Yes, you need the cross functional collaboration. But more importantly, you need to embrace that what got you here will not get you there. Bringing in AI use cases into your day to day, into your customer experience is something that will happen. And the sooner you start from the easy use cases, then you go into the more complex one, into the more omni-channel one. That is how you truly unlock the value. One of our clients, uh, they're seeing more than 50% reduction in tickets early on in the implementation. It's a very large Asian airlines. Some of our large North America clients who are actually building technology hardware for B2C, they are seeing 70 to 75% plus automation or call it deflection, where AI is completely able to solve a customer problem completely on its own in an autonomous way. And AI can also learn from whenever it is not able to solve a problem so that next time the same problem comes in, boom, they can solve it. So the beautiful world where L1, L2 support is getting automated in so many different use cases is just amazing and beautiful. And like you said, AI is no magic, but as long as we are willing to build that AI muscle over time, I think we will be at the forefront of technology.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Mudit. We're finally asking the right questions. What's the use case? How do we measure success? How do we scale and enable our people? It's no longer about responding to hype. It's about outcomes. And that's where real progress begins. And your results speak volumes. Your clients achieving over 50% reduction in complex queries or up to 70% automation on L1 and L2 support, those are real impact in action, aren't they?
They absolutely are. And it's only getting better and better with the pace of technology innovation. But that brings me to my next question, something that is always on the mind of folks who probably are listening here. Is agentic AI, the autonomous decision making agents and bots, delivering on its promise? Like, what are you hearing from, the executives and the folks that you're talking every day?
A good question with it. And I want to say that it's my point of view that the promise of fully autonomous agentic AI is still in its early stages, despite many claims that it's already here. So, my advice to CX leaders is to start with AI agents that are available today and not wait for agentic AI fully autonomous that will come down the road. We've made significant progress transitioning from basic automation to AI agents that behave more like digital teammates and co pilots. But full autonomy and independent decision making remain goal for the future. And today, AI agents are embedded in both existing and newly designed workflows, and they still rely on human oversight for key decisions and escalations, which is, I think, the right model to follow. So, indeed, the strongest outcome now come from combining human judgment with machine intelligence with it.
Very well said. Um, Look, when we look at the world and so aligned to what you said is human and virtual agents will coexist in the near future, and I think that is how the customer experience will elevate to its next frontier, where technology will improve. If technology is not able to, solve a customer query, can go to the human agent who is also getting assisted by AI technologies, and together we can build an ecosystem that will support and thrive in a complex enterprise environment. Because remember, if so many integrations are needed in an enterprise environment, you want to pay a bill, you want to read and write into a CRM, you want to, authenticate the user, make sure the security is in, take an action, perform an action. These are some very, very interesting and complex problems. And today, AI agents are becoming smarter, within the guardrails very, very intelligently. I would love to say for folks who are viewing this, if there are any questions or comments, absolutely put it in, and I would love to put it in front of Omid as well. But with that, let me move on to the final question of this episode, the fun one, and this is going to be really directly about truly about the customers. Customers want empathy, but they are wary of AI. In your perspective, Omid, how can we design automation that builds trust and more importantly also drives empathy?
Yeah, great question. And I cannot disagree with everything that you said just now. AI agents must be designed to coexist with human agents. And success depends on creating an ecosystem where both can thrive. Customers want empathy, as you said, not just efficiency. And while they're open to automation, they're also quick to lose trust if the experience feels cold, rigid, or confusing. So, to build trust with AI, focus must be on three essentials. Number one, transparency. So, you need to be clear when customers are interacting with AI. Don't try to disguise it as a human. You know, trust starts with honesty. So, even something like as simple as AI saying, "Hi, I'm your virtual assistant," can set the right tone from the very beginning. The second one is consistency. AI must deliver on what it promises, whether it's a follow up, a status update, or a resolution, just like human agents do. So it needs to be followed through. And every broken promise erodes trust. So, one approach I've seen in the designing AI agents is to add feedback loop to rate their AI experience so they can provide input, and this improves the system and show how your commitment to quality. And the third one is transition to human or handoff. We've got to build smooth handoffs to human agents so customers feel more confident when they know a real person is available if needed. So a seamless transition without repeating information goes a long way in reinforcing trust. At the end of the day, trust isn't built by what AI can do, it's built by how it does it. And when automation improves rather than replaces human connection, it becomes a tool that customers truly trust and value with it.
It's so true, right? Trust has to be earned. And I love your fact that you build an AI agent, you let the AI agent tell the customer that, look, I am an AI agent. The transparency, consistency, and transition, love it. I think those are such three strong pillars in any kind of a B2B or B2C setup that every AI agent provider should be considering, whoever is building or leveraging a solution like ours. Absolutely. One of the things that we have been hearing a lot about, I'm sure you've probably tried Perplexity Voice or ChatGPT's voice. You can talk to them very freely and they understand exactly what you say. On the business side, how much has voice evolved over a period of time is just amazing in terms of empathy, in terms of smooth talk, even in terms of interruption handling. The AI agent today can actually understand all of these dimensions and create a response which is extremely contextual and extremely relevant to you. For us at here at Yellow, so many of our clients are using our voice agents because it is human like, it understands and knows you, you can trust them, you can get empathetic responses, and more importantly, they can actually take actions on your behalf, whether it is send me my W2, or book me a tour, or process my return, or make my payment to a loan. It is very, very amazing as to how the agentic space is evolving. And you're right, trust is the number one piece in this entire game, and the true experience of you able to, our ability to trust them and to deliver good results. That is just phenomenal here.
Absolutely, Mudit. It's incredible how natural and human like voice agents have become. As you said, they are not just handling tasks, they are transforming the customer experience in real time. Take financial services, for example, where empathy is everything. One major bank uses voice agents for routine calls like account updates, transaction inquiries. But here's a twist: when the system senses frustration on the part of customer or confusion, it handles the call to over to a human with full context. So the agent doesn't start from scratch. They already know the customer's tone, history, and intent. So the result is customer feels heard, supported, and understood, and not passed around. It's a powerful example of AI and humans working together to make service feel more like human, not less.
Wow, so well said. Service like a human, more not less. I love it. Can't believe that we are coming to the tail end of this episode. So, Omid, any final words as we wrap up?
No, thank you. I'd love to hear the reaction from the audience. Looks like people are joining in the conversation, which is awesome. Uh, Mudit, we are at a turning point, as you brought up it from the very beginning. The future of customer experience will be shaped by those who lead with clarity, build with intent, and keep the human at the heart of it all. AI, when thoughtfully applied, isn't just a tool, it's a force multiplier, as you know, for care, consistency, and connection at scale. So lead with purpose. Let's build what's next together. Thank you, Mudit.
Omid, thank you so much for sharing such thoughtful, field-tested insights today. Loved everything I heard.
Thank you.
What really stood out for me, and I would love to hear from our viewers as well. The big thing for me is yes, customer experience leaders are beginning to embrace AI. Yes, they want to drive transparency, trust, better transition. But at the end of the day, the goal is to drive customer delight, great customer experiences, and hey, also pivot from a cost model to a revenue model. Like those to me would be the fundamental things that stand out. And honestly, that is exactly why we created Envision Voices, to spotlight real conversations, to chat about difficult topics, no buzzwords involved, plain vanilla conversation. For the viewers, hey, if today's conversation sparks any new ideas, any questions, let's absolutely stay connected here. Leave your comments in the comment box, and our team will absolutely get back to you. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see you next time, and enjoy in whichever part of the world you are. Enjoy the rest of the day or the evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Ahmed.